Moin und herzlich willkommen hier wieder bei theHobbyist in der Kategorie Gaming mit Vampire the Masquerade Reckoning of New York. So, wir haben jetzt zwei Sachen zur Auswahl. Und zwar Lucky Be a Lady Tonight, was wiederum eine kleine Detour ist, also ein Umweg. Oder aber wir gehen in die Bronx. Obwohl, nee, das ist ja alles die Bronx, ne? Ich glaube, das ist... Ich weiß gar nicht. Wahrscheinlich hier, diese Trennung hier ist wahrscheinlich Bronx und Manhattan. Ich weiß es nicht genau. Ich war bisher live und in Farbe nur in Manhattan. Deswegen, naja. Ja, nehmen wir die Tour, ist die Frage. Ah, steht ja auch sogar. The Bronx. Empire of the Sun, da wollen wir natürlich hin. What are the odds of bumping into a street gambler right in the middle of New York? The day after Christmas added. Slim to none, I'd say, but when fate is the dealer, you gotta go all in. Ah, das heißt, spielt so ein bisschen mit dem Spieltrieb der Reveners. Weiß ich nicht. Ich habe jetzt irgendwie kein Need für Geld. Keine Ahnung. Ah, komm, wir machen das. The Bronx. Lucky Be a Lady Tonight. Night number 2. With my caretaker off doing his own thing, it feels like the cameraless iron fist has finally loosened up, giving me a much-needed break. No forced hangouts, no endless chases, just me, cruising through the buzzing streets of the Bronx, with Mariah Carey's wailing as my soundtrack for the night. Because, of course, you just can't escape the official anthem of Christmas. I'm not a fan of the fake festive frenzy, but still, the dazzling array of lights and decorations, the infectiously high spirits and cheer, it's enough to make even a Grinch like me crack a smile. Props to the folks who turned this whole Jesus, why shit into the world's longest con. Despite all that, I find myself craving some risky excitement. Yeah, I know, I'm a lost cause in that department. Perks of the clan, so to speak. And it looks like Lady Luck is grinning at me again tonight because, despite the nearly deserted streets, I spot a small crowd gathering up ahead. Curiosity piqued. I saunter those enough to fish out a really bad gather-up routine. The street gambler. Get in here! Give it a chance, y'all! 'Cause we're about to dive into a big ol' showdown, a jitterbug with destiny. Or whatever's trending right now. Here the cards are calling the shots. Destiny? Cards? Chance? It's that same familiar melody, just played in a different key this time, and clearly someone forgot how to tune their act. 'Cause I remember well how it's done. Ja klar, wenn wir jetzt da sind, müssen wir inviten. Funny, this worn-out Spiel takes me back to my, well, let's call them my free expression days, back when I was still a mortal, not a vile creature of the night. I can still recall the dusty desert winds, the throbbing beats, and the neon lights that veiled my deceptions. My fingers were nimble with tricks, and the crowd's gasps were the fuel for my fire. And yeah, I was a hustler. Though back then I fancied myself more a street performer, skilled in my art, only dipping into its shadier aspects to cover my immediate expenses. Because it was about more than just making money, it was about finding that sweet spot between illusion and reality. It's just that when reality hits, it really fucking hurts. But when one chapter closes, another opens, and in that transition, Reynard played the role of a catalyst for change. Street gambler. Who's got the gut to risk it all? Come on, throw a bit of your time and a few bucks and let's kick this party into high gear. The stage for this show is a dilapidated table with chipped paint and a couple of flimsy folding chairs. But it's not the dismal setup that's the most rickety. It's his whole vibe. The guy is a walking vitamin D deficiency, wrapped up tight in a jacket that could easily fit two of him. His hands are like spiders, always creeping back into his pockets when he's not dealing or shuffling. I squint up to get a better look at his face. His eyes shoot directly at me. Hi folks, check out our next contender in the crowd. How about we shuffle up for a round of poker? You and I, eh? I can see that on this sly scale, 10 being smooth like shin limb and 1 being just your average uncle. He's all brakes and no gas. But hey, I've been fooled before. And that never stopped me from diving headfirst into dumb risks, has it? Deal me in, slick. I slide into a chair, deliberately choosing the one he didn't point to, just to throw off his rhythm, and I toss the required chance into his jar for a buy-in. The jar's pretty full, though I suspect he might have stuffed it himself to look more convincing. We're keeping it real simple, with only 10 cards, no room for cheating around here. Can't sneak in an extra one, cause you'll bust me, and if I try to swipe one away, you'll clock me real quick. Is Holden dead or something? 10-card poker, really? I vaguely remember Raina teaching me some trick to avoid getting played, but right now, my mind is so blank it feels like I'm forgetting even more stuff just by thinking about it. Alright, quick math. There's me and him, so that's 2. Plus the standard 52 card deck, 10 cards in the mix, and that with, 250 something combinations. Half that, then factor in whatever he is hiding up his sleeve, and that's roughly the number of ways I can get fucked over. I probably should have asked what we are playing before diving in. But he's already shuffling, so there's a chance to get a read on him. I need a plan. Stat. Ich würde ja gerne versuchen. Try to recall the trick. Keep an eye on him. Take a peek at the cards. Keep an eye on him, würde ich sagen. I can't help savoring the gambler's nervous fumbling as the crowd presses closer, drawn in by the rising tension. My intense gaze just amps up his discomfort. Maybe, just maybe, I can pressure him into messing up his little trick. I can't tell if he's clueless or just playing it cool, but he gives me this blank stare, totally unfazed. Yep, it's time to rethink my strategy. Playing the first round against even a shitty hustler is basically throwing my cash into a black hole. But hey, I'm feeling generous today. I'll even toss in a few extra bucks just to keep the game interesting. He deals, and I check my hand. Jack of clubs, queen of hearts, king of spades, and a pair of eights. Oh man, not bad. I just barely won. Got 2 pairs, jacks and queens. I'm far from being seasoned, but even I can tell there's something fishy about his set. Pretty easy to win when you are the one doing the shuffling. The crowd backs up with murmurs of agreement. He looks rattled for a second, but quickly recovers with a smirk. Aight, you know what? Let's even the odds a bit. I'll show you the card, and you can decide whether to keep it or pass it back to me. Deal? I nod. It's a slim chance, but it's still a chance. He finishes shuffling and flicks the first card my way. Your choice. The Queen of Hearts makes her grand entrance, all pomp and circumstance. Queen of Hearts ist ja eigentlich ganz relativ hoch, ne? Yes, Queen leads the way to our victory. Definitely mine. King of Spades appears, all business with his arms crossed. King ist mehr als Queen. Aber dann haben wir nur Hearts. Ich kann mich im Poker leider überhaupt nicht so richtig aus, aber ich glaube, wenn man, ich weiß nicht, ob man dieselbe Farbe nur braucht für eine Straße, ich glaube schon, dann wäre das blöd hinzunehmen. Do you want this card or should I take it? Take it. Sorry, King, but you're not making the cut. No thanks, you keep it. His eyebrow twitches nervously. You sure? Just keep dealing. How about now? The 8 of Diamonds. About as exciting as watching paint dry. 8 of Diamonds. Karo 8. Nee. Nah, passing on this one. You can have it. I make a few more calls, deciding whether the cards go to him or to me until he's dealt them all. Just a heads up, you've seen all the cards, so we can still swap decks if you want. His shaky posture says it all. Oh buddy, you've really backed yourself into a corner and I can't resist pushing it a bit more. Do you want to swap the piles? He shoots me a sour look and reluctantly reveals his hand. I won. The crowd cheers for me while the gambler leans in, his voice a low hiss. You were counting, weren't you? Cheater! What's that, Pot? I can't hear over your whiny calling me black. You cheated! You knew exactly what to do. Admit it, nobody beats me without cheating. His accusation. Foolish and loud enough to carry probably 2 blocks away. Definitely catches the attention of everyone that's nearby. This is just too perfect. Did you all hear that? I think somebody just confessed. Suddenly it's so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Then the whispers start, quickly turning into a chorus of boos. But I'm not sticking around for the rotten tomatoes. I snatch up my winning and book into the night. Serenaded by the sound of shattered glass, coins clinking to the pavement, and the loser's whimpers. And then I speed up. I've already wasted way too much time here. Okay. Nette kleine Detour, muss ich sagen. Gefällt mir. Aber jetzt schauen wir mal an, was Empire of the Sun für uns vorbereitet hat. Empire of the Sun. Still Night 2. The area outside Empire of the Sun is pretty sparse, both with mortals and my fellow kindred. So chilling out front isn't a big deal. I blend in perfectly, all amped up for whatever going down tonight. Still, old habits die hard, so I take a sec to study the area, carefully taking it in the way my con artist sensibilities demand. First off, it's mostly tame out here. The only dude catching my eye is this total nutjob parked by the door, screaming about doomsday while rocking that coked up Al Pacino look. He's got that wild vibe, complete with drool and insanity in his eyes. Yikes. Even if I was still in the grifters game, I wouldn't bother with them. Lunatics like that are more trouble than they're worth, and usually broke to boot. Then there's the front of the dive, which looks, for the lack of a better word, loved. Despite the dodgy neon and graffiti, that's actually kinda witty. The place radiates in an inviting warmth. A place with a soul. Still, the Empire of the Sun sign, with Tsu scribbled next to it, is so on the nose I can't help chuckling chuckling on the inside. People clearly have fun at Sunny's and treat it as their place, a place they can return to again and again and again and never feel unwelcome. But I'm wasting precious time just standing out here. Gotta find Skylar before Paddy comes back and gives me the look. I head for the entrance. Doors decked out with all sorts of funny stickers. But before I can even touch the handle, the crazy guy grabs me with unexpected speed for someone so curled up. I shake him off easily and give him my best back-off glare. It does nothing. He's in his own world. Unhinged Ghoul. Aber es ist genauso wie beschrieben, dieser Al Pacino drugged up look. Oh, it's coming. The reckoning is upon us. The signs, the signs. Hey, back off, will ya? Look up, damn you. It's death, death dressed in a rays of light. It's watching. The day star is waiting to cleanse us in fire. As I walk past the guy, his words echo in my head and rattle between the crevices of my brain, stirring long dormant fears. Can you see it? The day star. It's the end of it all. I enter Sunny's acting all cool and collected as if none of that crazy shit fazed me. The interior looks exactly the way I expected. A kaleidoscope of stickers, murals, lights and banners, covering pretty much every available surface. Interspersed with well-worn seating, musical instruments and plenty of space for dancing. To say that I've seen it hundreds of times before in dozens of cities doesn't quite capture the whole picture. But I gotta say, feels like home. Spotting Skylar is easy with her head full of bleached dreadlocks. Besides, the bar is practically empty. Maybe all the kindred have gone to ring in the holiday season? Who knows? She's hunched over a table, completely focused on scribbling something in a notebook. She doesn't notice me as I approach, so I get a sneak peek at one of the pages and discover some gorgeous, intricate designs for, I assume, geometric tattoos? Wow, those are dope. You ink people up? I plop down right next to her, shaking her out of her reverie. She gives me a confused stare. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of my old gig. Tough finding clients at night, huh? You could say that. Her eyes narrow on me, to which I respond with my brightest grin. Can I help you or something? Marta said you might be able to. Name's Callie. I'm looking for Reynard Castle. Never heard of him, so if that's all. And where do you think you're going? I grab her by the collar as gently as I can and ease her back down. She resists a little, but let's be honest, a thin blood has nothing on a well-fed kindred. I keep her down easily, but my grin widens in a manner that is, hopefully, just a little bit threatening. I usually favor dodging conflict over sparking it, but this time my impulses steer me towards chaos, and I let the flood take me like a ship on the wind-swept sea. Let go of me! Answer my question then. Reynard Castle. Where is he? Look, I really don't know any Reynard Castle or whatever, okay? Really playing dumb? Do I look like I'm here for games? Cut this shit and talk. I have nothing to say to you, bitch. Let me go, I'll start screaming. Ooh, don't who you think you are. Chemistry, no you won't. Oh, chemistry is halt nice. Also ich glaube, das ist die Fähigkeit, mit der die Ravnors Illusionen machen können. Ja, schwieriger Call hier an der Stelle tatsächlich. Ich hätte Bock auf Daunt, aber Chemistry ist halt Specialty von den Ravnors. Kostet mich aber auch 2 Hunger, so wie ich das hier sehe. Ich versuch's mal mit Daunt. Not after I ripped out your fucking windpipe, you won't. Now, simmer down and let's talk. Her eyes start to wander, dimmed by the sheer power of my bearing. For a moment she sits motionless, her upper body twisted in a decidedly awkward way, before tensing up as if she's going to bolt, but I am ready for it. I grab her by the neck, slam her onto the table and turn her face toward me, calmly repeating my question. Now, where is Reynard Castle? She keeps struggling for a moment, but in the end just goes limp, defeated and seething with frustration. I honestly don't know. I've only heard bits and pieces about him. Any alchemist worth their salt knows all of the major suppliers in the city. So you sling ink and mix potions. That's quite the combo. Screw you. Not sure where my genuine compliment went wrong, but okay. So what's the scoop on Castle? Preferably his current whereabouts? I keep telling you, I've got no clue. I've never even laid my eyes on him. Then give me something worthwhile. You're sort of wasting my time here, girlie. Love me a good chat, but I'm on the clock at the moment. Alright, chill out, will ya? I know someone. There's this courier. She delivers all sorts of shit all over the county. Can get you pretty much anything. She's tied with Castle, alright? Interesting. Go on. Go on? On what? I smother the urge to roll my eyes. Go on, hook me up with her, like yesterday? All those threats, and she still hesitates to help me. Well, the time for the stick has come and gone now. It's time for the carrot. I really wasn't lying when I told Mato I'd rather not make any more enemies in the city. Look, you're not exactly catching on here. I could just take your phone and set up a meeting myself. But I'm feeling generous, so I'm asking you, politely, I might add. You call that polite? I could switch back to rude. I can back to impolite if that's what you prefer, but I think you'd rather I didn't. I'll even sweeten the pot, alright? You set me a meeting with that courier of yours, and I'll clue you in on where I stash my goods. Her ears perk up a little, but she still eyes me with great suspicion. What goods are we talking about? I flash her a reassuring grin, and though she recoils a little, her attempt at nonchalance fails miserably. Blood stashes, obviously, top quality, best variety, all your little alchemist heart might possibly desire. Deal? I reach out my hand, pausing it to give her space to decide before I'm forced to make the decision for her. Luckily, after brief deliberation, she reaches out and shakes my hand. Deal. Hold on. I'm gonna make a quick call. I nod and relax, keeping her in sight as she wanders over to the stage area and takes out her phone. I feel a twinge of guilt over how I treated her. Maybe I should have just started off with that whole blood stash thing. Yeah, well, I'm not exactly a planner, am I? If this career leads me to Reina tonight, this whole search could end in a matter of hours. Just the thought of freeing myself from the looming threats of the Camarilla and that annoying caitiff and this oh-so-futile endeavor. It warms the chambers of my undead heart. Finally, Skylar hangs up and gets back to the table, fidgeting with a charm hanging from her phone, a real bundle of nerves. Done. Meeting at 15. Let's move. Oh, das ist abgeschnitten hier. When a blaze is brightest, we'll all be judged. A gentle snowfall greets me outside, gracefully covering the dirty sidewalks in a layer of pristine white and dusting the occasional pedestrian with soft fleeting crowns. Skylar winces at the screams of the madman and brushes off the fallen snow. I, on the other hand, let it settle in my hair, undisturbed. Snow never bothered me anyway. So, who are we meeting exactly, and where? The moment she opens her mouth, the perfectly serviceable vehicle cuts the corner with Pedrick, hunched over the steering wheel, a roiling storm cloud on his face. He pulls up carelessly and lunges towards Sunny's before noticing Skylar and me. He pauses, face scrunching in confusion. He seems genuinely surprised to see me, and I'm suspended somewhere between falling smug for defying his expectations, exasperated that he has so little faith in my word, and slightly regretful. I never even attempted to flee, if only to gauge his reaction. Sadly, he regains his composure before I can tease him about it. You're here. That's good. Duh. Told you I'll be there here. Indeed. Thought given your track record you understand why I find it shocking, yet not entirely unpleasant. Hey, I never gave my word I'd stick around last time, did I? He rolls his eyes and settles his gaze on Skylar. They size each other up suspiciously, like a pair of alley cats on a hot tin roof. Paddy, meet Skylar, a local anarch with a knack for alchemy. Skylar, meet Paddy. It's Pedrick, actually. Pleased to meet you, Skylar. Yeah, alright, you super formal goof. Skylar nods at him curtly. I can see the apprehension in her eyes, so I step in, hoping to keep up our fragile truce. Don't stress too much. Pedrick might be a bit uptight, but he's alright. He's just here to offer us a lift, that's all. I am? Yep. I see. Skylar's eyes jump between Pedrick and me, but in the end, she seems to give up on caution. Maybe the prospect of a ripe blood stash is keeping her on track. We need to get moving. The meeting place ain't far, but, well, night couriers aren't known for their patience. Let's hustle. A night courier, huh? Interesting. Who is this particular courier exactly? She shrugs, making her way towards the caitiff's right. Don't know. I only know her by the handle. And she always wears a helmet, so... We're fine, as long as she knows where Reynard is. But, not gonna lie, Skylar, this gives off serious trap stench. You better not try to screw me over. Why would I? That stash of yours is my endgame. She adds under her breath. And getting you out of my hair is a close second. Honestly, Paddy and her would definitely hit it off. Birds of feather, yada yada. Do you really, really want to talk hair? She makes an affronted grimace, but gets into the car without another word. Satisfied, I nod to myself before turning to Pedrick. Always you done with the talk thing? Always? Ich lese es nochmal. Anyways, you done with the talk thing? Yes. His speedy response is slightly suspicious. I narrow my eyes and judge him openly, but he is completely unfazed. More importantly, what's that all about the night courier? I smile at him mischievously, fling the passenger door open, and there it is. Patrick's audible sigh. He is really fond of his mortal reactions to my antics. Voices of the angels, and they see poison. Poison into your ears. Heed not, oh, heed not their ornate words. Ornate words? I don't know. The sudden commotion alerts me, and I'm instantly ready to pounce. The loony from before is kneeling before Patrick, clutching at the hem of his pants, with his head thrown back and misted-over eyes staring blankly into the night sky. He's stopped screaming, but his lips quiver with faint whispers that fade into the air like smoke. Dream not in your slumber, for the day star will sear its truth unto your whole being. I sigh and roll my eyes, ready to toss a quip about like attracting like, but then I notice that Patrick has not moved an inch. He's staring motionlessly into the man's eyes, completely frozen aside from his hand, fingers twitching wildly, spinning the dice ring. He's been fidgeting like that a lot, actually, now that I'm paying attention. Patrick? Are you okay there, buddy? No answer. The catatonic madman falls over into the snow as I approach and gently free Patrick from his grasp. Patrick? Talk to me. What's going on? Suddenly his hands stop. Then all of him unfreezes. He avoids my eyes and shoves his hands into his pocket. I'm fine. You sure? What was that all about? I do not know. Let's not fret about it for now. The night courier is waiting. Ja. Und damit haben wir wahrscheinlich schon die Halbstundenmarke wieder erreicht. Ich kann das gerade leider nicht sehen, aber ich denke mal, das ist der Fall. Deswegen machen wir jetzt hier wieder einen Cut und wir freuen uns dann, wenn es weitergeht nächstes Mal bei Vampire the Masquerade Reckoning of New York mit dem Night Courier. Erstmal nochmal Entschuldigung, dass es jetzt so lange gedauert hat mit der nächsten Folge. Ich war ein bisschen erkältet und meine Stimme, war nicht die beste und deswegen konnte ich nicht aufnehmen, weil ich hätte die ganze Zeit gehustet oder irgendwie noch einen Schluck trinken müssen. Und das hätte das Ganze ein wenig interrupted. Deswegen freue ich mich umso mehr, dass es wieder besser geht und ich jetzt wieder mehr Folgen aufnehmen kann. Also sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal wieder hier, wenn es wieder heißt Vampire the Masquerade Reckoning of New York mit dem Hobbyist. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.